This one is my grandfather, my mother's father. He could have been a household name if things had gone differently for him. He never had any luck, and that was the trouble. Luck was what separates most people from success and wealth. That and who's who. You know, it's not about talent. My grandfather had talent. He's about two, you know. My grandfather was in Paris in the 1920s, trying to get a break the same as everyone. There they were, Joyce, Pound, Fitzgerald, Henry Miller, Gertrude Stein and Ernest Hemingway. My grandfather and Hemingway used to drink together, but my grandfather was a better drinker than Hemingway. They would get very drunk and eventually Hemingway would kneel over, but my grandfather would still be going. That made Hemingway furious. I'm going to beat you this time, you son of a bitch, he used to say, and then the next day my grandfather would shrug off and they'd go again with the same result. Once my grandfather asked if he could borrow Hemingway's typewriter, and for 10 straight hours he typed out a story he had in his head for months. It just poured out of him. When he finished he gave it to Hemingway to read, and Hemingway saw it was damned good. He also saw that my grandfather had picked up on his own style, which was what led to the next thing. You know what that pig did? He stole the story. It was typed on his typewriter and it was in his style, so he sent it off to Scribner's under his own name, and they published it. I don't remember the name of the story, but it was my grandfather's, and there was nothing we could do about it. He didn't have a handwritten draft or notes. The only person who'd seen it was Hemingway, and Hemingway said, "I said I'd beat you, didn't I?" My grandfather could never see a book by Hemingway without feeling sick to his stomach. It's quite a claim to fame to say that you were ripped off by Ernest Hemingway, but it didn't do my grandfather any good. He never had any luck, though. That was the trouble.